What's up guys, I got a brand new video for you today. Today we're taking a look at the iPhone 11 Pro, and I'm shooting everything on the iPhone 11 Pro with the ultra wide angle lens, but I think I'm gonna return it. This phone has 3 cameras on the back now, so you've got wide, ultra wide, and telephoto. But it also has a really sick selfie camera on the front. It can shoot 4K video. Actually, all 4 of these cameras can shoot 4K 60, so that's awesome. That's not the reason why I want to return this phone. But I want to talk about 3 or 4 main reasons why I love this phone, and then kind of tell you why you should probably just get the iPhone 11 instead. So I definitely think the biggest improvement is definitely battery life. I've never had an iPhone like this where I could finish the end of the day using the phone like very heavily with the brightness on full and still have like 30 to 40% battery left at the end of the day. Holy crap. These waves are getting insane out here. Should we go down there and take a look at them? I do have the telephoto lens on this thing. Let's switch it. Oh yeah. Whoa. So I would definitely say that the ultra wide camera is the coolest thing about this phone. It's definitely something special. And up until this point, you had to get something like the Moment lens to screw on to get ultra wide video and photos on the phone. And now you don't have to, it's built right into the phone. And not only the ultra wide camera is something that's really good on this phone, you know, the telephoto lens is now f2. It's definitely sharper than my previous iPhone 10. And even some of the phone comparisons I've seen against the iPhone 10s, it's way better. It's sharper, the autofocus is better, the stabilization is better. So the telephoto lens is definitely an improvement. And now what the main camera used to be is now considered the wide lens, and it's also really good. And one of the big features with this new lens is that it can do this night mode. I can't tell if this is like a software, long exposure, some kind of crazy magic they got going on, but this phone can do some crazy night stuff, and it kind of competes now with like the Google Pixel and the S10 and things like that. So let's take a look at the night mode. So briefly touching on night mode, you can see how dark this was to my eye, and it doesn't actually work with the ultra wide lens, but when you switch it to the wide lens, you can use it. You see that icon in the lower left there that's yellow, that's showing that I was doing a 3-second exposure, and I was doing that handheld. You can do up to like 5 seconds or even up to 30 seconds if the phone detects no motion, but it looks really, really good. So I want to make mention of Deep Fusion because
it is computational photography mad science.
It's not out yet, but it's been released in beta firmware, and from what I've seen, the people that are testing it, it does seem to look like there's more detail and sharpness. It's doing some kind of image stacking and pixel by pixel. The neural engine's reducing noise and artifacts. So I'm excited to try it out. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I'll make a separate video on that, but it does work with both the iPhone 11 Pro and the iPhone 11. So I mentioned earlier that I thought that the ultra-wide lens is something special, and it really is because, you know, Apple's doing some crazy digital stabilization. And I was actually not very impressed with it at first because I was like, oh man, all the other 2 lenses are stabilized and this one isn't. And when you're actually shooting, it doesn't look that good on camera until after. So what it does is it kind of processes the stabilization after, and then you get like this really smooth shot after, which I would almost compare to some gimbals, to be honest. I mean, it's not perfect. You're still gonna have a bit of bobbing and stuff like that, but it does a really good job, and you're not really sacrificing any crop either. So as I said at the start of this video, I'm probably gonna return it. And it's mainly just because, you know, there's not much that really makes this a pro phone over the iPhone 11. You get the OLED screen, you get slightly better battery life, yet I haven't been able to confirm that until I get the iPhone 11. But basically all you're getting is the telephoto lens and the OLED screen. So I think I'm gonna return it and get the iPhone 11 because, like I said, I really love this ultra wide lens. It's something special that makes this phone a little bit better than any of the other iPhones that I've ever had in the past. And yeah, I kind of think this is a good vlog setup. If you were using the front screen, which I'm not because I kind of wanted to show off the ultra wide lens, you could see yourself shoot in 4K, shoot 4K 60, and if you plug in the Rode Wireless Go like I'm using right now, plugged in right here, you have good audio as well and something that's super mobile to use. Actually, you know what? Let me show you what the setup looks like. So this is what the setup looks like. Rode Go, plugged in, boom. So here in Canada, it's like almost $400 more for the iPhone 11 Pro 64 gig versus the iPhone 11 64 gig. So I feel like I'm gonna save a bit of money, and I don't really use the cameras on my phone that much because I'd rather use my real camera. No offense to anybody that actually shoots with their phone, because I've seen some people that shoot iPhone only and they get amazing shots. And stay tuned, get subscribed, because I actually have another video coming out where I compare the portrait mode on this lens to a DSLR. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, that's it guys. Thanks for watching this video. I am gonna be returning the iPhone 11 Pro and getting the iPhone 11 because I just feel like it's not really worth the extra money. But if you do shoot photos on your iPhone a lot, it probably makes sense to get the iPhone 11 Pro. That's it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike this video, give it a thumbs down twice. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. If you saw this camera setup right now, you would probably be cringing because it looks scary. Doesn't have that front-facing camera. 4K. Still looking crispy. I feel like there's some serious HDR going on to match the exposure of the background. Like 40. Back to the main features of this camera. This phone. I keep calling it a camera because it's basically a camera with a phone built into it.